Okay, so everyone has seen the question and noted it down. So what we have is fx is not equal to gx for all x, which is equivalent to fx minus gx is not equal to 0 for all real x actually, and which means fx minus gx does not have any real roots. So if we write it out fx minus gx as ex, then we get this new polynomial ex equals a1 minus b1 plus 7x plus a2 minus b2 x square plus a3 minus b3 of x cube. The fourth power cancels, and what the question says is that this polynomial does not have any real root. If the third coefficient is non-zero, then it is guaranteed to have a real root. Why? Because a third degree polynomial, if we draw its graph, if we suppose that a3 minus b3 is not 0, then if we take the limit of ex, x tending to minus infinity, we will have minus infinity, because this x cube term will minus or plus whatever. Let's suppose this is positive, a3 minus b3 is positive. So x tending to minus infinity will equal negative infinity, and the same limit x tending to plus infinity will equal plus infinity. So for at least one x, the graph of ex will be below the x-axis, and for at least one x, graph of ex will be above x-axis. So it is guaranteed to cross this graph somewhere, and it is guaranteed to have a real root. So this must be 0. So we get a3 equals b3, and we are left with only these two coefficients in the expansion of ex. Let's call them c1 and c2. Okay, and this is 7. So I'm going to rub it again. Just note it down. It's very tough to rub this board. I will erase it later. So what we get is c1 plus 7x plus c2 x square has no real root, which means its discriminant must be negative. It's a quadratic function, so its discriminant must be negative for it to not have any real root, which means the discriminant will be b equals 49 minus 4 c1 c2, and it must be 0, less than 0. Now this is one condition we get. Now we have to find coefficient of x cube in hx. Hx equals f of x plus 1 minus g of x plus 2, which equals a1 plus b1 plus a1 plus 10 of x plus 1 plus a2 times x plus 1 whole square plus a3 times x plus 1 whole cube plus x plus 1 raised to 4 minus b2 minus 7 of x plus 2 3 of 3 of x plus 2 plus b2 x plus 2 whole square plus b3 x plus 2 whole cube plus all of these must be negative signs. Minus x plus 2 is per 4. Now which terms are going to give us the x cube term? Only these two terms. A3 the x plus 1 raised to cube. Only these four terms are going to give us the x cube term. We can ignore all the rest of the polynomial. So we need only concentrate on this part. So let's call it h1x. The coefficient of x cube in h1x will be the same as coefficient of x cube in hx. So I am going to write out h1x. h1x equals a3 minus b3. No, sorry. Not. A3 x plus 1 cube minus b3 x plus 2 whole cube plus x plus 1 raised power 4 minus x plus 2 raised power 4. So we can simplify this term a little bit. Let's just focus on this term. We get x plus 1 minus x plus 2. We can factor it out. This follows from the formula for I will write it out here. A raised power n minus b raised power n equals a minus b times a raised power n minus 1 plus a raised power n minus 2 b plus so on up to b raised power n minus 1. So we have used this formula here. We get x plus 1 raised power cube plus also up to x plus 2 raised power cube. Okay, this equals minus 1. Okay, let's just collect all the coefficients of x cube wherever they occur. this term is going to have only one term with x raised power 3 by binomial theorem. The first term, if we expand it in the powers of x, it will have only one uh, term containing x raised power 3, and that will have the quotient 1. The same here if we write it using binomial expansion. So the terms we get with the, what was I saying, with coefficient with x raised power 3, we get a3 minus b3, and coefficient of x cube in this term will be there are, how many terms are there? X plus 1 raised power cube plus x plus 1 raised power 2 times x plus 2. They will be, if I write them out, q minus raised power 4 minus b raised power 4 equals a minus b, a cube plus a square b plus ab square plus b cube. There are 4 terms here, okay? So the coefficient of x cube in this term will be 4, and it gets multiplied by minus 1, so we get the coefficient of x cube from here minus 4. Coefficient of, so we get coefficient of x cube in h1x to be a3 minus b3 minus 4, and we already got that a3 equals b3, which is 0. So the coefficient of x cube is minus 4, and the answer is C, I think. Rhythm, pause. मैंने